Here we're given 2 points, A and B, and we're asked to do two things with them. First, calculate the distance between A and B, and then write the equation of the line. So let's start with the distance. Personally, I always like to kind of draw the graph and kind of see where those things are at to give me a little bit of a view of what's happening. So first one is at -2 and 5. Let's actually do this. -2 and 5 here. The second one is at 5 and -2. So 5 and -2. And the reason that I do this, so let's give me a little line between those two. I'm looking at the distance between that. Now I know if I were to kind of make a straight line down here and a straight line across, now I have a right triangle. And the lengths of the two legs there, because I'm going from 5 to -2, that's 5 units here. 2 more is 7. Same idea from the bottom left to the bottom right. I'm going 2 units to get back to 0, and then another 5. So I have this triangle here. What this looks like is a triangle that looks like this. And a couple things that I know about this. I will, for the distance, do it 2 different ways. The first way that works all the time is just using Pythagorean theorem, right, to try and figure out what this is. So I would get a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So 49 plus 49 equals c squared. That would be 98. C squared equals 98. Square root both sides. C equals the square root of 98, which I can break down into 49, 2, 7, 7. So that's equal to 7 root 2. So that's my distance. The other thing is that because the two legs are the same, I know that this is a 45, 45, 90 triangle. And so I can kind of use what I know about special triangles to kind of skip all this, because I know that for a 45, 45, 90 triangle, the hypotenuse is just whatever the legs are multiplied by root 2, which, again, is another faster way if I know my special triangles. Next thing, it asks to write the equation of the line passing through those 2 points. So the slope here, again, I'm going to kind of start from scratch. I already know, just based off of what I've written here, that the slope is just going to be -1. But I will use, again, if I were starting from scratch, kind of my slope formula here of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which would be -2 minus 5 over, what is this, 5 minus -2, which ends up becoming -7 over +7, which is -1. That's my slope. I'm getting a little bit cramped here. Now that I have my slope, I'm going to put it into point slope form. So to do that, I'm doing y minus y1. I'm just going to pick my first point here, a, so y minus 5 equals the slope, -1, times x minus x1, which is -2, so I'm going to make that x plus 2. So that would be our point slope form. If I wanted it in slope intercept form, I could distribute and get y minus 5 equals -x minus 2, add that 5 to both sides, get y equals -x plus 3. So either of those works depending on what form is more helpful to you. Point slope is quicker, slope intercept is usually more helpful. So we got our distance between the 2 points, and we have the equation of that line.